Hi guys, Zach here with another Command & Conquer Red Alert video. In this game, I'm playing a quick match game against one of the best players in this game, and he's called the Doc. As many of you will know, he is a really good player, and he's regularly ranked in the top 10, and he definitely was at the end of this season when this game was played. In this game, I'm playing as the Allies, and the Doc is playing as the Soviets. And because he's playing the Soviets, I am expecting a certain strategy to come out that a lot of Soviet players have been using. And it's called the multi-MCV strategy. Now what a player does with this strategy is they will build MCVs early on. And the advantage of doing this is it allows them to build buildings very quickly. And what happens is if you leave them, they will start building lots of ore refineries, lots of war factories, and it will just absolutely swamp you if you're on one construction yard. However, there is a big disadvantage of this strategy in the early game. Because they build lots of MCVs early on, that means they're going to have fewer tanks to defend their base with. So an early attack can be very hard for them to defend from. If I did let them build and someone did use that strategy though, then you may as well just say good game, because it would be over. I'm going to use a strategy called the 3 war factory start. In this strategy, the players build 3 war factories before they build their second ore refinery. And what this allows players to do is it allows them to build up tanks very quickly and quite early on. My build order for my war factories is 2 ore trucks, 13 light tanks, another 2 ore trucks, and then 2 medium tanks. And the idea is those second 2 ore trucks come out on my second ore refinery. And that's why I'm building my base to the right, just so I can get to that second ore patch with my second ore refinery. I just need a power plant now to keep the power up, and I'm now on to my 3rd war factory. Now this strategy does require a lot of micromanagement, and you can see I'm just managing my ore trucks, making sure that they collect gems. Because I'm going to need that, otherwise I will run out of money before I get the second 2 ore trucks. And I'm going to be bringing these light tanks down nice and early. The light tanks move quite fast, so I'll be able to get them right down to the bottom quite quickly. Arena Valley Extreme is a very large map, and you can see I'm now building my second ore refinery. And we're going to bring all our units down there while we build that, and we should be able to place it just before we attack. We just can't run the risk of the Doc being able to build up if he's got multiple MCVs, and if he hasn't, it'll just be a, well, normal fight. We are in a good position with the war factories that we've got. And sometimes you can see Soviet players use that 3 war factory start. I definitely have seen it on this map before. And you can see we're just coming in. Now he had those infantry in the middle, which means he's got a bit of an early warning, and his base should be just beyond this ore patch. So we're just waiting to see where he is. And there we can see his heavy tanks, and there he's got a Tesla coil. And now that I've seen that Tesla coil, what that tells me is he's definitely doing the multi-MCV build. Tesla coils do take a lot of time to build, so unless people are using the multi-MC build, you won't see people building them early on. Now I have played the multi-MC build myself before, and what I do know is that it puts a lot of strain on resources at the start, because even though your buildings build very quickly, they still cost the same amount to produce. So what I'm going to be doing is I'm going to be targeting the Doc's economy. I'm not going to go for the MCVs, because if I do them, they're quite hard to destroy. And what will happen is the Doc will build up lots of tanks, and it'll get a big tank mass, and I probably won't be able to defend now. So the good thing is I'm building medium tanks now, and those medium tanks are going to do a little bit better against those Tesla coils. I do need to be very careful in this fight, because I just need to get the balance right. I don't want to go in too deep and lose everything and allow him to build up. At the same time, I can't take the pressure off, because if he does establish himself, I won't be able to win this game. And there's a second ore truck going down, so that's going to be hurting him quite a bit right at the moment. And you can see he's pulling that 3rd ore truck away. because he hasn't got any ore trucks on that other ore patch, but there is an third ore patch down to the bottom left of the screen, which I haven't uncovered yet. We're just taking out some of the tanks as well, and you can see he's pulling his infantry in. And we just don't want to let those tank numbers build up too high. As you can see, I've got a lot of medium tanks, and those numbers are starting to build because I do have 3 war factories continually producing. And from the resources you can see, I could even consider getting a 4th war factory. But for the time being, I'm just focused on this fight and just trying to do as much damage as I can. And I don't want to let him get enough breathing space. Keep that pressure on, keep destroying those ore trucks as he builds them, because the resources are, well, it's 2,000 for an ore refinery, and you can see he's built a Tesla coil there. That was a bad placement because it was too close to my medium tank, so I was able to destroy it straight away. And what we're going to do is we're going to push down to that bottom left position. And we can see he's got ore trucks on that patch as well, so we'll destroy those. So there's one ore truck there, another ore truck just below me as well. So I'm going to destroy that one as well. And you can see he's really running out of resources at the moment. He's not able to produce as many tanks. And hopefully we're going to be able to clean this up. I think the position I'm in now should mean that it's going to be... I shouldn't be lose from here. I really would have to make a major mistake at this point. And you can see there he's got a very smart Tesla coil placement. You can see he's sort of put that little wall in there to make it harder for me to hit it. I will need to destroy it though, because they do hurt a lot, let's say. And there you can see he's only got 4 tanks left at the moment. We're just clearing those up, and then we're going to destroy that war factory there, which looks like it's his last one. And he's called it. It is good game. And that's the first game I've won where I've beaten a player who has been ranked top 10 by the end of that season. Otherwise, I don't really count it because you can sometimes beat players who are ranked in the top 10. But unless they finish there by the end of the season, it doesn't really count. Well, in my view, anyway. And Doc did finish that there in the end of the season. Right, so this was a second game I played against Doc. It wasn't too long after I played that first match. And this is on the map Bullseye. Bullseye is a little bit of a different map. It's still large for a quick match map, but it's a lot smaller than Arena Valley Extreme, and you do get a lot of different strategies. I have seen the Doc use the engineer strategy before, where you take a boat out and drop some engineers off and take the opponent's MCV, and then as the Soviets, Doc used to time it, so he'd build a Tesla coil, like basically in his opponent's base as soon as he took over the MCV, and then he'd sell the MCV, and that just caused, obviously if that happens it's good game. But we can see the Doc bring in infantry along the bottom middle of the map there. And that's why scouting on these types of maps is so important, especially when you're playing quick match. If I hadn't scouted that, I wouldn't have known he was coming, and I wouldn't have been prepared. But I'm going to be able to produce some more infantry. And I'm just going to place them just there. And I'm going to be building ore refinery, war factory, ore refinery. It is an ore only map. And I am going to need that ore really, because with these early infantry I wouldn't usually spend this much on infantry, but I'm going to have to here, because as you can see the Doc has quite a lot. And if he was able to break through with those infantry, he could destroy my ore refineries. So this is a really, really important point at this time in the game. Now what's important not to do is to rush your infantry in, because if you rush your infantry in, what will happen is he'll just destroy them. You sort of like have defender's advantage. Oh, and as you can see there, I just got a little bit close, and he was able to destroy those quite easily. And I'm just pulling back. Remember that Doc doesn't have much visibility, so yeah, he was trying to, well, I think he was trying to lure me back into his infantry there when he brought that man forward and then pulled him back. Unable to comply. And we can see that he's just standing there right at this minute. I might try and use this ore truck just to squash some of them. So there, I've managed to whittle down those forces. You can sometimes use your ore truck as a weapon. As you can see, he did pull them back straight away. As you can see, he's got more infantry coming in from the left-hand side, so this is a difficult position. The Doc, I probably would say, is the best infantry player in this game, probably. And you can see that I'm going to be able to destroy the ones on the left, right, okay, but the ones on the left, there's quite a lot of them there, and I'm going to be getting out those medium tanks soon. You can see the first of the mediums is out there. He's going to be able to destroy a power plant, so that's going to increase my building time, but I am going to continue building that pillbox, and I need to make sure he doesn't get that war factory. And now it looks like I'm going to be able to defend, and I'm going to build another power plant. So he's been able to do a little bit of damage, but it could have been much, much worse. Now I'm going to go for a quick counter-attack right now. He has had to spend a lot on infantry early on, so I don't know how he's holding up in the ore department, and I don't know how many tanks he has, as I haven't been able to do much scouting as I was focusing on defending rather than getting the map uncovered. It would have been probably, if I'd been good enough, I could have probably had 2 infantry guys running around just uncovering those blank parts of the map. So we're going to pull down here. He will see me coming because he has the map uncovered. And we can see he's got quite a number of heavy tanks there. I think there's 6, and that's too much for me to handle, so I'm going to pull straight back. And you can see me getting that 3rd ore refinery on the alternative ore patch. And what I'm going to do is I'm just going to keep on building ore refineries, and then I'd try and build that 3rd war factory. But you can see at the moment, I'm just struggling for resources. It's because I had needed to spend a lot more on infantry early on compared to what I would usually spend. So it's a bit of an unusual situation to be in for me. And I mean, the Doc is obviously was very, very good with the infantry, and we're just clearing up a couple of those heavy tanks. But you can see he does have the superior numbers, and he's getting the better of me at this point. So I'm just pulling back, and you can see he's going for my ore trucks on the right hand side. So I'm probably going to go for his base, because I don't know what position his base is in. I don't know if he's had to sell his construction yard in order to fund the tanks that he's built right now. And I'm going for his base, and you can see he's pulling a heavy tank back, and he's got 3 heavy tanks there, and it's making me really, really hard to get in because he's used his heavy tanks to block my passage into his base. And he's left his heavy tanks outside my base and destroyed those ore trucks there. And you can see it was a little bit of a mistake there by me, and it is good game. Well played by the Doc. Now the Doc does stream, so if you're interested, go and check him out on Twitch. He does a lot of quick match. I will leave a link in the description. Thank you for watching. Hope you enjoyed the video.
Mission failed.